are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we were having this conversation during Front Page News where Trump is deploying some of the National Guards to different cities, and we're asking 800-585-1051. Would you want this to happen in your city? Is your city bad? Do you not feel like your city's cleaned up? Is it too much crime? Do you feel like this will help?
No, I would not. And I'm tired of governments not giving communities the resources they need to thrive. And then when those communities resort to crime, because poverty and crime go hand in hand, they get tough on the crime. And when you have these private prisons, and prison being the big business it is, you realize why there is no real incentive to actually help these communities, because you know these folks need to fill these prisons up. But if you really cared about stopping crime, you would make targeted investments into youth mentorship and development programs, job training and employment opportunities. You'd provide mental health and trauma support. You would have after school and academic support. You would actually try to help these people. So no, I would not want the National Guard in my city.
What do you think?
Well, see, I don't live in Baltimore. I'm from there, so I can't really speak to what the people do feel versus the data. You feel me? But I would not want Trump to do it the way he's doing it. I think, for crime to be there, any city will want, somebody to come in and clean up their city, as it relates to crime and homelessness and things like that. However, the way he's doing it is horrendous. You know what I mean? So, no.
And it's not actually cleaning anything up. It's literally like putting deodorant on after you just finished playing basketball or just finished working out, but no, you need to go wash your ass.
Yeah.
You got to get to the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem is these people have nothing to do in these communities. Like they're not investing in they're not making strategic, targeted investments into actually fixing up the community.
Yeah, I'm with you. The National Guard, it just doesn't feel right. Even when you see military out on the street, it makes you feel it makes you more fearful and scared than anything else.
Yeah.
Like you said, we need to get to the root of the problem and find out what's going on in these cities. And if it means we have to do more programs, let's do more programs. If it means we have to do more this or more that. But having the National Guard out there with machine guns and things like that and tanks driving through, nah,
because that's
I
not
wouldn't
their
want that.
job, right? They don't do that. National Guard, they don't clean up homelessness and crime and stuff like that. That's like what they not. No, I'm asking y'all. Like, that's not what they supposed to do, right?
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, they are called when things get out of hand.
Right, that's what I thought.
But
right.
not for just to do straight up and down police work. No. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Rico from Hollywood, Florida, man.
Rico from
What's
Florida.
up, Rico?
What's up? Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
I don't mind them bringing in the National Guard or whatever, but they need to also focus on the police organizations too, because they talk about all the data with the crime up and down in the streets. What about within the police organizations? They have crime all the time, and you got these police officers abusing their power. The people see that, and one thing leads to another, and nobody cares about anybody. So they're gonna go rob something. They're gonna go, do something they ain't supposed to do. They see the people that's supposed to be protecting them doing that to them.
And you know what's so crazy? I always talk about all of this money, all of this billions of dollars that goes to some of these police departments. Put that money into the actual police officers' pockets. You know what I mean? Put that into actually, making sure the police officers got their proper, mental health care as well. Right. Because I think that's one of the issues too. Like this dude said, number one, you can be a police officer that got some mental health issues, right? And you got to go into the community and deal with, people telling you to suck their D all day long and blah, blah, blah. And you got a gun. At some point, you're going to get frustrated and take out that pain you feeling on somebody else.
But like you said, it's kind of like civil servants, right? You look at teachers, you look at police officers. Most police officers, once they get to that age where they can retire, they out.
They're
out. Because they're not making a lot of money. And like you said, to get people screaming in your face all day long and giving you the middle finger and all these things, you want to be out. And then what do they usually do? They usually do private security when they leave. Yeah. And they get paid triple than what they paid on the job. So, yeah, I get it. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, what's your name, mama?
Hey, it's Cheese.
Hey, Cheese. Talk to us, Cheese.
It's Cheese. Hey, y'all. Oh, my God. I love when I make it through. I don't always make it through, but I'm glad I made it through.
Well, we happy when you get through, boo.
Yes, Cheese.
Good morning. Talk to us, Cheese.
Oh, thank you, Charlamagne. Oh, I love hearing y'all voice. Look at that. But I know in the beginning, you guys were talking about the data and everything, and I want to make sure I stay to y'all topic. But I'm a financial analyst, but I come from a data analyst background. So I always lean on data. But I also know that data is only as strong as like the process behind it. So it has to be clean, it has to be consistent and collected the right way to really be trustworthy. Now, when it comes to the president that's stepping in to regulate the states, I personally think that's an oversight. Just like in any job or organization, there's a hierarchy in place for a reason. And when you bypass that, you create confusion and tension. And obviously, we know that God is not the author of confusion, so it's giving devil. So, yeah, I believe in the data, but I also believe in respecting the structure of power that keeps everything balanced.
The only thing with the data, Chi, is sometimes they mess with that data, right? So they'll be like, okay, well, murders are down, you know what I mean? But shootings up, you know what I mean? Or they'll be like, well, manslaughter's down. Like, they play with it a lot of times when you hear certain, when they're very, very particular with things.
And by the way, two things can be true. Like, crime can be down, but that don't mean it's safe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. Like, when they scream these crime statistics to us, they tell us crime is down. That don't mean it's safe, my brother.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all.
We're 800-585-1051. We were talking this morning about Donald Trump sending out the National Guard, and some people feel like it could be a good thing. Do you feel like it's
disagree.
good to clean up your city? Do you feel like your city's not safe and you need some help? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're asking about cleaning up different cities. Now, this conversation came from Donald Trump sending the National Guard out to D.C. and said he's going to send it out to a couple of cities. And we're asking, do you feel comfortable about this? Do you feel like it's cleaning up your city? What is your thoughts? Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name, bro?
What's up? My name is Bass. Like
Bass.
baseball.
Ain't nobody calling you that. Ain't no grown man ever gonna call you babe.
Everybody.
Don't nobody call you babe.
Everybody calls that Charlamagne. Don't start to
Where at? Where you at? Where you live at right now?
I live in Colorado. I'm originally from Denmark, South Carolina. My dad from North Charleston, South Carolina.
Geechee all day. But you telling me that there's grown men that be saying, babe, what's up, babe?
Hey,
Base. He said
Bass.
baseball. Not
Oh,
base.
base. I thought you said babe. Oh, my fault.
Hey,
My bad,
Hey.
bro. My bad.
I ain't no power bottom like Envy.
Damn.
Damn.
I am not a power bottom,
Yes,
sir.
you are.
Hang up on your ass.
And if I was gay, I'd be a power top.
Period. Doing a Benson. Yeah.
Charlamagne's the only bottom up in here. But go ahead, talk to us, brother.
Nah, about the topic or whatnot, it was asked that Trump should come to the city. Like I was saying, I'm from Denmark, South Carolina. So we've been having bad water like Flint. He can't come into the city for real and do anything. Just send us some new pipes.
Send them some
Yeah,
new
but you know
pipes.
what's so crazy? Denmark has had that water for years, brother. So like that.
Yeah. Since I've been in elementary school.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm 29 years old now.
We be having these conversations about the people who be having dirty water, whether it's Flint, Michigan, or Denmark, South Carolina, Alabama. Like that has been going on through the Republican administrations, Democrat administrations. Like they just don't be caring about us.
Yeah. I just spring every weekend just to go get jugs of water and everything because we got to boil our water on the stove top.
Come on now.
It come out the sink brown.
Damn. Damn.
Well, thank you, brother.
But now, Trump, go ahead, finish the term, get the hell up out of here.
Now let me ask you this. Now, no, he's on the phone?
He slept.
Now think about that, right?
Yeah, what's up?
A brother like you grew up with dirty water, right? So that's infrastructure issues,
Right.
and you probably came from poor and disenfranchised area. How easy is it to resort to crime when you're in those conditions?
Of course.
Oh, very, very. It's Denmark. It's not nothing going on. In South Carolina, period. There's not a lot of programs for like people like coming up, like to do and whatnot. Like a lot of us kind of resort to. Like I read your book, the sitting up under the tree, like becoming one of those guys sitting
That's
up
right.
under the tree drinking. That's pretty much the same thing people resort to.
That's
like
right.
You got like one warehouse in Orangeburg, South Carolina that everybody that I went to high school go work at. So it's like it's nothing in place to help nobody or for nobody to get ahead. You know what I'm saying?
You're
So,
absolutely right.
So people still struggling making like $9 to $12 an hour and trying to take care of their kids in their household. That shit don't work.
And this is what
Thank you, brother.
And this is what I'm talking about. There's no real incentive to actually help these communities because they know that prisons are big business, especially when they're private prisons. And if they really cared about stopping crime, you would make targeted investments into job training and employment opportunities. You would make targeted investments into mental health and trauma support. You would have youth mentorship programs and development programs. They don't really want to fix the problem.
We got Eric on the line. Eric, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us, Eric. What's your thoughts?
I definitely think people want the military to come into a city to help. The military doesn't have the same rules as regular police. So when they do things that people don't want, then the complaint will be now get the military, just as it is in D.C. right now. What we should be scared of is definitely no rules are being followed.
None.
The Constitution is thrown to the side, and police are doing whatever they want right now.
All right. Well, thank you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, what's the moral of the story if there is a moral?
The moral of the story is no, I do not want the military in our communities, okay? I'm tired of governments not giving communities the resources they need to thrive. Simple as that. Like, they don't want to fix the problem. They want to weaponize the military against poverty. If you really, really want to fix crime in these cities, then go to the root cause of that crime, which is poverty, which is lack of opportunity, which is lack of resources. Make targeted investments into things that matter. Youth mentorship and development programs, trade schools, job training, employment opportunities, mental health and trauma support, after-school programs, academic support, community centers. Give people something to do. That's how you reduce crime.
And you can do that with the money, some of the money that they're paying the National Guard. Aren't they paying like $1 million a day? I think I just heard something like that's like over $1 million a day for them to go to these cities and do what they do.
That's right. And that's why, that's why I hate the term defund the police, because they demonize it so much. But all they're simply saying is reallocate some of those resources, those billions of dollars you giving these police departments, and put them back in the communities.
Right.
I think you should put them back in the communities, and you should put them back in the police officers' pockets. Pay police officers more money. Can you imagine if officers were making $250,000 a year, the level of officer you would have now? You know how serious they would take their job?
You would start seeing them walk around communities again. Remember, I don't know if y'all, but in Baltimore, we used to see that. Like, officers used to walk around the communities asking, was everything okay? Or, you know, we would have friendly officers that did that.
Yeah, they didn't walk around in Queens. They would drive around in Queens, but you would see more officers.
You'll say, no, you ain't gonna catch no cops on foot
they
in
not
Queens.
walking. They ain't walking around in Queens, but they would drive around all the time. You know, the 103rd and 105th precinct.
I remember that.
But, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm with you. I think officers should get paid a lot more money.
Yes.
And I don't like the term defund the police either, but what I would say is if they got so much money, put money into these different programs. Make sure the officers are feeling like they can feed their families and like they want to go to work. All right, well, we got the latest with Loren coming up, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.